outside of restaurants and other food related businesses, there is little in way of retail and entertainment in the downtown area to attract tourist revenues into the city. Should this be changed? If so, what can the city do and what limitations does the city face?
So I have been sitting on some of the tourist meetings, and they've got some good projects that are coming down the line, and they are very aware of the city, citizens wanting to have a different options and the shopping. And you have to listen. Everyone knows that if we can get people to come in and spend money and stay, then it makes our city thriving. Say, and that's why it's so important to sit on these committees, because they are working hard behind the scene to bring in retail, other types of restaurants, and other types of entertainment. Now, I would like to see, I do hear things about like concerts and things like that, but I would like to see some things, and I have not really sat in on the lake authority, but I think we could utilize our lakes a little bit more in some entertainment over that way, and get some of us to get over that way and use that space. I would be willing to support.
First of all, I hope it's okay. I'm gonna beg to differ with the question, the question asker, because I disagree with that. Because 2 years ago I might have agreed with that, but think about it. We have two primarily female focused clothing stores in downtown now, and one on each end. So that's pretty cool, right? So you've got that business there. And we have a flooring company. Now, some people might say, is that retail? Well, yeah, it is retail. I mean, you're buying a retail product. And I had some people say, does that belong downtown? Well, it does if it brings people downtown, and if it's successful downtown. And I talked to the gentleman who owns, it's the Hill Brothers, and they're long-term Ackworth folks, and they said that it's amazing how many people walk in, and when they leave, there's an appointment to come and see them further. So that's pretty cool. So I think retail has come. It's a natural progression. You got the restaurants, you've got this, and the natural progression. We have there's some consternation about the Guy Condra's place, and not everybody that sees this video, I know all of you won't know, but it's the big space where the antique store was and the dance studio is at. So we don't know what's going there, but there's going to be a lot of space there. So it's an opportunity, and I'm pretty sure from a perspective there'll be some retail type concept there. There's also a couple of buildings that are for sale, and a couple of them long time for sale across on the park side of the tracks over there. And I think that the way the city is promoting the other businesses and bringing businesses in, I think you're going to see that. So I think it's only going to continue to grow. I think the city are doing the right thing. And you got to talk about the hotel, because if you're in a situation where they're putting a boutique hotel in downtown area, they've run the numbers on that. They're looking at up to I think the estimate's $3 million of revenue brought into the city on an annual basis based on that being there. And so how's that for bringing the tourists in, and somebody has to stay, and then you have the shops and things that are downtown. Now I said all over the place. I do want to make this comment. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I've heard an awful lot of people say to me, why do we need to bring tourists downtown? We got a good 50, 75,000 people that live within the immediate area, and that's enough to keep a small town thriving and really the restaurants full and the retail busy and successful, as long as it's marketed properly to the people that live here. So I'm not saying we don't want tourism. Obviously we do, because we have a tourism development board there, but don't forget, we got some pretty good people that live right here in the Ackworth area that can fill those shops and stores. So I'm all for it. I think that question, although it's a great question, and I'm glad I had the chance, the opportunity to answer that question, I have to say that I disagree with that a little bit, in the fact that they're there. We got to get out, and we got to go out and visit them, though, for sure.
So overall, we all agree that a sustainable commercial tax base is what's helped fund our city and fund all the things that we've been talking about today. So without a good commercial tax base, then we don't have anything that we can grow from. So I 100% agree that we need more development as far as bringing businesses to town. There are meetings happening daily that are different groups that are coming to town or want to come to town with different ideas. And so that's all happening, and it's happening with the help of our City of Ackworth Economic Development Team as they recruit and they are reaching out to different people to come forward and maybe look at our town and how could they use a particular space that might be coming open soon. So things that are happening every day, and sometimes we just don't know about it. Now, how do we direct that? That's a great question, because sometimes I look at different things and wonder that place is never going to work. I may not go shopping there, but you know what? I'm not everybody in this town. And so that's what we have to look at, is what's going to be best for the town and those people around us, and find something that's interesting. So entertainment, we can definitely continue to strive to bring people here that can look at the businesses or the spaces that we have available. And that's still a goal of economic development, and trying to make sure that we bring that forward and continue that process, because as one may be leaving and growing to a different space, we have other spaces that are opening up, and we need to keep those areas full.
Well, first of all, the city can't dictate to private owners what we actually put downtown. No, we can partner with the building owners to incentivize, or even businesses to incentivize it to where they will actually rent retail space downtown. But as far as the government, if I own a building, they can't come and tell me, oh, you need to put this here, you need to put that there, because it won't work. That's not what we're there for. But we can, like I said, we can incentivize, we can make suggestions, and we can work with the community as well to help decide what kind of things we want to have downtown. And then based on that, work with the business owners, the building owners, to try to get those in.